that I'm going to be using these as well. The gel press.
You mean, and are you right? When we're having our production meeting, you're saying if you go for the mega mounts, you also get 3 of the gel presses together.
If you
I got that right?
No, the other way around.
Oh.
If you buy the gel press, you get 3 of these together.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's the same thing.
Same thing.
Right? But yeah. So
they all come together.
These 4 are a separate item.
Yeah.
They come if you're a stamper.
Yeah, okay.
If you buy the gel press, you get 3 of these, 1 for each shape. Right. And I want to show you why we think this is such a good idea. Like, these are my old ones. This is the packet it comes in.
Keep them. Yeah, that's just
and they sit, I mean, this was totally luck more than judgment. They sit inside, look.
Oh, perfect.
In the, brilliant.
So you just leave them mounted onto the mega mount.
And just stick them in there, and that's it. That's how I use it.
Details on your screen if you do want to go for the bundle with the gel. I love these little petite gel presses with the mega mounts that are designed for your gel plates. Just sit on there. Done. There's so many techniques.
Very good.
Follow Clarity, Barbara and the team. You've got Clarity Worldwide, Groovy Worldwide, YouTube. Follow, because there's so many inspirations using these.
All right. So let me just reach across here and I'll just take this. When we were on the 9 o'clock show, I was using these little 3.5 by 3.5s. Remember?
Which is a nice size.
And they kind of equal one of those, don't they?
Yeah.
So you can see here, that's the stencil card,
which
cut into quarters.
We can get. You can buy the stencil card. You can also get the stencil card cut
pre-cut now. Yeah. So if sorry to jump around, but you can see that we decided it made more sense to offer it to you already pre-cut and no extra charge.
If that's your go-to size, then you know it's worth going for the pre-cut. But if you want the options to obviously go for large,
exactly.
Okay.
So I was saying earlier in the 9 o'clock show, when you're stamping, it's all about 3 things.
Yeah.
One is the surface you're stamping on, the card. One is the stamp. We established that Clarity makes our own stamps, top quality. And the other is the inks, and we're going to use Ranger, which is always top of the tree, really.
Okay.
Right? So I thought, rather than use the little cards, we'll extend to our other card.
Yes, another band. Yeah, so these are your pre-scored card blanks, but then we can cut those down and use them as toppers.
Precisely. 5 by 5, 6 by 6, 7 by 7, and 8 by 8. Black and white, pre-scored but not folded. They're ideal.
Very good quality.
They're the same quality as the stencil card. Yeah. So for stamping, absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Details. We'll just flash the details for this bundle for you. It's on your screen right now. They're 871-709 your item number. All right.
Let's get started.
Cool.
So I just wanted to explain that that's pretty much where we're headed. So now I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to stamp our number 1 stamp. Let's call these from the 3-way overlay. Right, if we look at these, we've got number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay. So this is the outline, this is the infill of the outline, this is the background. This is the block print, if you like. So let's use this one. And I'm going to stamp on the front of this card here. Okay.
You've got a lovely email, by the way.
Have we?
Do you want me to read this out?
Yes, please.
This is from Kate saying,
Hi, Kate.
Afternoon team and the luscious Barbara.
Ooh.
That's good, isn't it? That's good instruction.
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Kate says, oh dear, what have you done to me? You so inspire the crafting world, truly inspirational to each and every one of us. What a treat. You do need to come with a health warning, though. Because everything you show us is so addictive.
Thank
you.
You.
And Kate says that she ordered her dies this morning.
Did you, Kate?
Fantastic.
You won't regret that one.
You're going to love them. You will love them. Lovely email. Thank you. If you do want to email Barbara, got any questions, we really would like to email. We'd like to hear from you, rather. studio@cratecraft.com.
So what we're doing now, if you have a look, I've positioned it a little bit up, not in the centre. And the reason for that is because I want to add a sentiment, right? So I'm already giving myself a little bit of a gap, you know?
Yeah.
Right. So now I'll take that off. Nice image. So we've got perfect stamp. We know that that works. So that's number 1 sorted.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's one that I did earlier, just in case. Now, let's go to number 2. We'll pop that one there. Let's go to number 2. Now, what I'll do now is I'll just take a bit of... Now we're going for Distress Oxide, a bit of colour.
Because this is where the stamp now, you're doing your colouring.
Yes.
Because it's infilling, it's overlaying.
Yeah, that's right. So this is really... So I'm going to use a salty ocean, and let's take another colour. Let's take picked raspberry, just because we can. Right, and we'll just add a little bit of colour to that one. Now, I've got choices here. I'm just going to use spot-on sponges. Yeah. So these are absolutely brilliant for blending the ink onto the... I could use a brayer, speedball brayer, or I can just smooth out. And as I go into the pink with the blue, we should get a bit of a different colour.
Yeah.
Yeah? So what we're doing now is, this is even though you think it might be slow, it's quite a fast way of colouring in, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is with this as well, it works really nicely. It's just, don't worry if you get ink. See how I'm deliberately doing this to show you. If I get ink on my ink pad, like the wrong colour, it's not even, you just wipe it off, look, okay? Just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, don't worry.
It's really not. These are dye-based. These are tools. They're not to look at. They're to what? If you saw Sam Crows, you wouldn't believe it. Okay. Right, so now we've got that. Now I've got a choice. So let me take, for example, just because we can, I'm just going to take one of our little 3.5 by 3.5. I can use it dry like this. I can hold over, see, I can hover like that, just to play, so you can see what we're talking about. So now we're just going to press this one into place, and you'll see now, this is the number 2 stamp. So it works beautifully on its own.
Oh, wow.
There we are.
So, and this
just
is
perfect.
The strength of the collection is, once you use all 3 steps of a 3-way overlay, they're phenomenal. But
That's
they're
it.
equally as beautiful standalone, which is important.
Exactly. So now we've got that one, right? And so we're starting to build now.
Styles, yeah.
Right, let's go back to that number 1 one, the number 1 one, and let's take this one and let's fill this in with this one.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll tell you what I'll do though. I'll add a bit more blue, just because we can see it better then.
Yeah.
And then I'll fade it out. That'll do. Because it doesn't always have to be completely filled, right? And I could take my brayer and do this, or I can... The brayer's probably faster, but that's all right.
You do love the Speedball brayer, yeah.
I do. Cool, I've dined out on that one for the last 30 years. Fantastic thing. They're so expensive now, though, by comparison. But they're still the best there is. Right, so let's take that one now. And then we're still going to go dry. And then we'll lift off. You see, you can go like that, and you can see your houses underneath. So what you do is you look and you find your... Do you see?
And the only way we're able to do this is because of the clear nature of the stamp. And for those of you not aware, Barbara was the genius behind the clear stamp. Before you launched the clear stamps, Clarity,
Only
there were
wooden
no
stamps.
clear stamps.
No,
There were
wooden
clear
stamps, vulcanized rubber.
But Barbara, I mean, the difference you made to the crafting world is science made. And to hold that accolade, so everybody, and it doesn't matter what company, wherever you purchase a clear stamp, Barbara's the reason why you're working with a clear stamp, but it allows you to line up like that.
It does.
And that is perfection.
Perfect positioning every time.
Barbara, can I pick that up for a second?
Of course you can.
I'd like you guys to see what I'm seeing here in the studio. That's such a beautiful design. But now you're starting to get a sense of why the 3-way overlays are so good. Because the line art, to begin with, was fantastic. But now we're introducing colour perfectly with our stamps. Stunning. Okay, and we still got another layer.
Yeah. So now we've got that one. So we'll pop that there. We're building up our... So it's batch making.
Yeah.
If you could see what I'm looking at here now. For example, I'm batch making. You see?
Nice.
So I'm concentrating. I've got a bit of pink in that one, a bit of blue in that one, just all blue in that one. You know, I tend to go to this one quite a lot because it's, of course, it's the line art.
Yeah.
Right, now let's go. So we've done number 1, number 2. Now let's check out number 3. So number 3, I want to try something a bit different. Let's take our mustard seed this time. We'll go to the yellow and we'll use our brayer. So I know I had here.
Am I right in saying, Barbara, the first stamp, the first layer is your line art.
Yeah.
The second layer infills the detail.
Yes.
And the third layer is giving us our background.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to use them all.
No?
No, you don't have to use them all. You can use 1 and 3, 3 on its own, 2 and 3. They work really
Mix and
nicely.
match.
Right, so now I've just added a bit of yellow just because I can. And what I'm going to do now, so that would work. Let's take a couple of different colours. Let's just change it up a little bit. And we'll put a little bit of blue in there. Let's take a bit of red, right? We don't want to make it too dramatic, but if you add red to yellow and blue to yellow, we're using prime colours here for a reason, because we're going to get lots of lovely greens and oranges, you know?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to use a spot-on sponge, and I'm going to tone down that yellow, because otherwise all I'm going to get is yellow. If I put too much red in, it will look like London's burning. So we've got to kind of, we can smear, we can Now it's had a little bit of that blue. Let's see what we got. And you can add it, you can take it away, you can spritz it with water. Let's see what we get, shall we?
Okay.
Because it's all, and this is like using, it's like using the background as a kind of a canvas. See, if I want to, I can let's make that house dark blue. There you go. Let's go with it. What's the worst that can happen? It's only a bit of card I'm going to use, isn't it? It's playtime. It's playtime, Yanis. So now I've got that. Now I've got a choice. I can take this one and I can go in there, or let's see what it looks like on its own first, and then we'll use the watered down one to fill that one. Okay. All right? So let's go with this one. See, it really is a kind of a creative adventure. Let's call it that.
I like that.
So let's look at this now.
That's beautifully put.
So now we're using the number 3 stamp on its own. So you've got three completely different art looks now. Right, so we'll do this. Let's see if we can lift that up, burnish the back. Should get a really good impression. It's dry. Still haven't added any water to this, have we? No. Let's have a look. Oh, a little bit yellow there. See, so then you know that next time, it's what we were talking about earlier. If that's the case, then you know next time put a bit of something darker in that area. Do you see what I mean? So you don't get. So that tells me next time I go, I'm going to add a bit of candied apple or something in that area because it was a little bit bland. Okay. Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's just smear that in there. You get different colours, bit of blue, bit of purple. It all blends up. Let's do this. Right, so we've got different colours going now. This time, let's take that one and let's infill the back of this one, shall we?
That's nice, because you did your tester.
Yeah.
You thought, okay, now...
Precisely. Now, let's take this and let's add a little bit of water this time.
And this is where we're using number 1 and number 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we're using number 1 and number 3, but not number 2. Right, ready?
Hold it straight in my head.
Right, like that. 1, 2.
Yeah, okay.
All right, now do. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to go over the top. Let's have a look and see what we get. Flat surface in the background is always best, I recommend. And even if it's a little bit lighter, see, I can go in now and I can see exactly where I reckon this will be all right.
This will be stunning.
Yeah. And it's just a question of playing. And once we've done this, I just want to show you the different options you've got. Okay. Oh.
I'm going to pick this up.
Boom.
Barbara.
There you go.
That's
Genuinely.
Special. Look at that.
I love it when it works.
That's beautiful. You've just created that. It looks like a wonderful
sunset.
Isn't
that lovely?
Oh, that's stunning.
And the thing about it is that when you do this at home, right, you go, meh, bit bland, bit this, bit that, try again. And you're always making a mental note of what you've done so that you know, if you love it, you know what to do next time.
And do you know where
and if you don't, you know what to correct.
Where I think it's clever, you've still got that purity. It's like a masking technique, effectively, with the houses and then the colour behind. But if you wanted to introduce stage 2 as well, to get a little infill on that white, you can too. Brilliant.
So now, for example, there's number 3, a successful one, done really nicely. Here are a couple, it's fast forwarding now. Here's one with all 3, look.
Oh, no, that's stunning.
Isn't that cool? See?
That's stunning.
Here's one with all 3 with a pink sky at night. And now what I'm going to do, so now let's make a night sky.
Okay.
So in this set, and then we'll finish, right? But this is quick now. So let's take our mask that comes with the set. For the sake of speed, I've already laid it down. I've laid this one down. So all I've exposed is the sky.
It's really nice that you're introducing the masks within the set as well, because you are a crafter, Barbara, first and foremost, and you know the possibilities the mask gives us now.
Oh, I spent 20 years cutting masks out of Post-its and sticky, you know.
Make life easy.
This is so lovely, because so many of our stamps come with the precision cut mask, reusable as well. So now, what I've done here, just an experiment, don't know if it'll work. I've put a little bit of liquid Frisket. Do you know what that is?
Is like that masking fluid?
Yeah, masking fluid. So I put a little bit of to see if the sky works. See if we'll give it a go. And then I'm going to take one of our mini moons and let's pop a moon. Let's just do it. Stick the moon in there like that. Right. Enter our spot-on sponges. Ideal.
Yeah.
Right.
Karen.
And now we're going to take our archival black ink.
Yeah.
And we're going to dab rather than smear. So here we go, and we're going to cover up the sky. So as we go in, pounding, 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 rather than smearing, because we don't want to catch the chimney tops.
Nice.
And you can see here, be aware that this is card here.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So I've got to stay within that, or put masking tape down to cover it up.
Yeah.
That's definitely a necessity.
Oh no, this is looking good already.
So now,
I think with the
it's good,
scene,
isn't it?
this is all year round, because I can see this being used beautifully for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And you imagine the kind of Christmas inspirations you're going to get, but equally summer, spring,
Yeah.
winter, autumn, it doesn't matter.
This is the versatility of these designs by Mel. Really quite something. I love this. I've got this framed on my wall. Now let's have a look. So we take that away. Now the first thing we want to do, let's lose this mask first. I just want to make sure my hands are clean. Right, so let's take this. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, take that away. And then this, you see, I'll just put it on here for the moment. I can use it again later.
Yeah.
Like that. And then we're going to, let's see, where's the next mask? Oh, okay. So I'm going to lift off the
Moon?
let's take this off, and
Okay.
I should lift the moon at the same time. There you go.
Ah.
Voila! Isn't that nice? So
All right,
what
let
a
me
different
pick
look that is.
This up. Barbara.
Isn't that a different look?
Great win.
I like that one.
This is really nice. Look at that.
It's such a fun Christmas card to do.
Come on.
Isn't it?
Now, wait a second.
Mm.
So look at the possibilities, and this is just the stamps. Remember, you're getting the stencil and you are getting the die in this collection as well. My goodness, I love that.
Isn't that lovely?
I love that.
So now, let's take this one. Okay, so here's one I did earlier.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? Oh, I want to let that dry before I rub.
Yeah.
To see if the stars come
Yeah,
out.
okay.
Okay, but we're going to let that dry.
We'll try that naturally. We'll do that in a minute.
So here comes the news. Remember the dies?
Yeah.
Back to the base where we
Nice.
started.
Yeah.
So now, of course, because I did it straight onto a 5x5, what a nice way to cover, to frame.
That, can I just put
Yeah,
something
yeah.
to mind? Okay, so here, that looked beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you'd just done a demo traditionally and showed me that, I'd be blown away. But look at the difference. Adding a frame, that absolutely elevates.
Tops it up, doesn't it? It
does,
really does.
It does exactly what a frame should do. It
Yes.
enhances the work inside.
So just as a little additional thing, so we did it on a 5x5.
Ooh, I like
Now
that,
go
actually.
back to what we talked about earlier, your 3.5 by 3.5. So
Which you
let's
can get the
pretend
pre-cuts.
we did that. Well, now, right, so this is your floppy bit here.
Yeah.
Right, so now let's have a look at all these different ones. So you've got the film strip that will fit in the 3.5.
Nice.
See, this is, whereas before I only had the chevron choice.
Yeah.
That was what I had.
Okay.
Right, there was my chevron.
And because
now
you
I've
love
got all these
working with
different
this
ones.
size so much, you were
Yeah.
using that day in, day out.
Oh, honestly, until I was fed up with looking at
Yeah.
it. And now I've got this one that I never knew I had because it's that little one. Look, I love that.
It's got a lattice feel.
Yeah, so it's got a lattice feel. Then you've got the circular one. So you've got all these
They're
these
all so
different.
good.
It's clever, isn't it?
And
I
this
think
is why
so.
I really like the big collection. I've got to point out, it is going to be dispatched from the 4th of August. That's only because it's sold out and we brought it back on extended delivery. But you're not having to choose. You're getting all 5 die sets. They are nested die sets, and they give you so many possibilities. And where this